Hey guys, welcome back to Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 2. This one is the title, A Man is Only as Good as His Bird. And we have a guest appearance from, well, I don't know if it's a guest, it may be a reoccurring character now, Tim Meadows.
He's great. Love him.
Yeah, you like Tim Meadows? I like Tim Meadows a lot, too. His comedy is a certain way, so if you don't like Tim Meadows, you're probably not going to like the majority of the episode. But, yeah, so the second episode, we're back into the DCU. We kind of further some. This is a little bit of a downbeat episode. Yeah. What did you guys? Let's go ahead and start with y'all first.
Tim Meadows is great. I like his character in this. He does add a little pizzazz of his own.
This guy is completely inappropriate. How the fuck does he have a job? He's like massaging on Economos. He's just giving him bad nicknames. Just fucking with him.
Yeah.
I wonder if they told him to fuck with him on purpose, or is he just an asshole?
I think just an asshole. Trying to get a little rise out of him. But I do like the comedy in this. But it is a slow episode. I feel like we're just recapping of what's going on. Everyone is still like we get it. Everyone is at their lowest.
Yeah,
we already did this. We already know the rift.
Exactly.
We already know about Rick Flag like upset. So that's his personal vendetta with Chris. We're just rehashing a lot of things in this episode. I feel like nothing really happened till the end.
That's exactly how I feel.
And I was like, I'm
like, wait a minute. I'm getting a filler episode in
already?
Episode 2?
Yeah.
There's only 8 episodes in a season, and it's like, I'll give you one of these, and I don't want to give you one of these. I'm a little disappointed with this particular episode because it's just
it just seems coming from the 9 that I gave it. We know the drama
with the hardcore. We know the drama with all these things, and it's repeated just in a deeper way. Mm-hmm. And I think what they were trying to do is give him an excuse to make that final push to decide to go to the new universe. But I felt like he already had it.
Yeah, we already got that in the first episode, which I gave a fucking 9. I was like, this is good. Let's just go from here. And I thought we were going to go into the other universe already and just to see what's going on. But we are rehashing a lot of the stuff that we already know. And that the whole storyline kind of like brought it down. It's like, I don't need this.
Yeah, narratively, it's definitely spinning its wheels. It introduces Tim Meadows and more extensively Rick Flag Sr.'s grudge, but
that didn't really
it still
add
doesn't
anything.
hit as hard as I wanted to.
It didn't add anything. We already knew that. We kind of
Frank
felt
Grillo's
it.
Acting.
Yeah. Best thing was Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
and honestly, so I like Tim Meadows, but I didn't really find his folk jokes all that funny. So even his kind of fell flat for me.
Oh, I liked Tim Meadows and almost everything else better than this.
Better,
they didn't give him great stuff to work with. This is a bad episode. 1 out of 26, totally fine. We used to have 26 episodes a season, 13 episodes a season. 1 out of 8, you're fucking kidding me. Fuck you. 1 out of 8? You like this is
yeah.
This is an episode
1 worse.
If you are sitting there in the writing room going, hey, maybe our audience is fucking stupid, maybe then I understand. Because all you've done is done a episode recap of the previous episode and hammered every point a little further that you didn't need to do.
Exactly.
So it's a giant fucking waste of time. And I still like Peacemaker. I'm still along for the ride. But like, what the fuck are we doing? We've given Disney so much shit when they give us an 8 episode, 6 episode. And it's like, hey, you have a fucking filler episode. You can't do that when you only give me 8. And you make these once every 3 years. No.
It sucks because the last 2 episodes or the last 3 episodes, James Gunn is keeping very close to his chest. He's quoted as saying there's some really big DC cameos. Of DCU
Supergirl.
cameos.
We said Supergirl.
Maybe Alex is right. Potentially Superman, potentially Supergirl. Some people want Batman. I'm like, oh, this is a little
introducing Batman would be crazy.
That's like he would have already had to have secretly cast
somebody. It would have
somebody.
to be like some new movie coming out. So
I don't think it has to be a new movie, but it
would be good.
But
marketing.
that would be good marketing. What he was saying, yeah. I don't know. So. But, okay, so that got me excited, and he's keeping those close to his chest because he knows these are good. Well, if those truly are good, then you needed to do a little bit more to spread out the thing because this is a little uneven. I don't really see any reaction to it online. People were just enjoying it just as much, the critical reception. So that's why I was like, I wonder if the boys feel the same way that I do. That this was just like a recap,
yeah, it's like
a rehash of every single plot beat. And we'll go over them in the summary breakdown. Just, I mean, okay.
Yeah, it's just like, what are we doing here? Like,
But I already knew this.
I was waiting for something else to happen.
Yeah.
Like the entire time I was like, okay,
they're having the fun and they're drinking the thing.
Yeah,
it's just a little. It's just. Not, it's not. I'm like, do people really have fun like that? And it just presses it. It stretches it a little bit to where the believability. And I'm like, oh man, don't do that here because I'm really invested in these characters. I do like the drama between Harcourt and Chris, but Harcourt is a fucking bitch.
But they played that already in the first one at the apartment scene. I thought it was good, and then like we see her being damaged, like she's looking for fights,
and then she's lashing out at Chris for trying to help her. It's like, oh,
maybe you don't get it, Joe, and he has to tell you twice.
It's like I wanted something new. Like,
I hope she apologizes or something because this motherfucker was trying hard.
She will,
and she's like jumping down his throat, even though, and she's like trying to, oh, you calling me damaged, and reacting to that when he's like, he's just trying to help.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I guess the thing that was cool is Eagly gets an action episode. So the action in this episode is Eagly. We have Tim Meadows' character breaking.
It was dumb.
Good. Yeah.
But it was dumb.
He sells it.
He did sell it. He's like, yeah, I have bird blindness. It's like I got attacked by a duck.
Is this real, Joe?
Yes.
It's a real thing? Bird blindness. I got attacked by a duck. Is that a duck? The fuck is that a duck? It's a fucking bald eagle. Are you blind?
And he takes it
I
so
have
serious.
bird blindness. Tim Meadows can pull that off.
But that's his kind of humor as well.
And me believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did like that part, and yeah, this team. But man, I don't know. Argus and then these Spec Ops teams and the DCU are some of the most incompetent people of all time. I guess James Gunn is trying to soften them or give them some backstory so they're not just mindless goons that we don't care about, but they show one guy has a family and he's like cleaning his gun, another is a lesbian girlfriend, another is just works in his shop and creates this device or calibrates this device that confirms essentially that there is a interdimensional portal and some non-terrestrial technology. But the camera makes a very big point to show that his device gets broken when it falls out of his hand when Eagly attacks. However, if they're all alive and they make it back to the hospital, maybe one of them's dead. I don't know. Then
she's got to be dead.
The chick. Yeah, well, no, they might have saved her. I have a sneaking suspicion they're not gonna, kill this character for whatever titties. And then he gives everybody a pet name. So Tim Meadows is doing some of the heavy lifting here. But because they are because they're alive and going to the hospital, they're going to let Argus know that, yes, there's something in here we need to go ahead and pursue. Yeah. Let's arrest him or whatever. So this is definitely... it moves the plot forward, but it doesn't do it enough.
Yeah.
But we can go forward from here, and if we have a second filler episode after this one, it's going to really take a huge hit. But I have faith that, okay, maybe he wrote this as a two-parter or something. I don't know. But this one, to me, was a little weak.
Mm-hmm.
But so Eagly defends the house, so they don't yet have full confirmation, even though they do, because they know it's there. They're just going to tell their boss.
I thought they were going to do a joke with his thing because it looked like a black light. And I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He just had an orgy.
He's like, oh, we're going to find some
jokes.
Crazy stuff.
We found
what the fuck happened here?
This is some crazy matter.
Is that ectoplasm?
Yeah.
No, not exactly.
Yeah.
Right. God damn. Good writing there, Joe. But essentially, he has that conversation with Harcourt. She damn near bites his head off for trying to help, and that drives him to, because earlier he chopped up his own body with his friend Vigilante, who was really enjoying it. and finds the whole idea of alternate versions of himself fascinating. I wonder if this will go somewhere. He's like, oh, I think it's cool. I want to see my version of me. So I wonder if we'll get that or if it's just a throwaway thing. Yeah. Meanwhile, he takes his phone. So the alternate dimension Chris has a snake skin fucking phone case thing with some fucking flaming skulls background, and he goes through the pictures and he finds that Harcourt and him, had an amazing relationship. She seems to have it together. Maybe that's the alternate version of Harcourt. She's messed up in our version, but in this other version,
nice,
she's like super nice, connected, has her shit together,
or something.
And and then Chris is the piece of shit because as he breaks into his own house again, his father's house, they said, he's been missing. I can't find him. See if he's with that Karen chick. You know. So I'm wondering if Chris is having an affair or something, or they, well, they did separate. They already said that he's with somebody else. But he texts her, hey. She says, hey, back, and she puts a broken heart sign. This is his opportunity to
live out his fantasy
with Harcourt. Get back with Harcourt, better version of Harcourt. And so I'm pretty sure that it'll pick up from here, but yeah, just a little repetition.
Too early of a
It's a character development episode, but it doesn't. It just doesn't. It's not at the same level that episode 1 was.
No.
It's the team coming back together for the first time, and it's like I don't really care. To me, they already feel like they're together. And, so we got the beer just randomly. He's in his whitey tighties and they're pouring beer on him. I was like, do your parties really get that out of control?
On Bud Light? There's not enough beer to get him drunk.
I was thinking that.
And
it
was all hot, too.
He brought 2 cases of Bud Light, and everybody's trash.
That's enough for Economos and maybe John Cena to get drunk.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe just John. Yeah. But, I don't know. Well, he's no Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant, he'd need 7 of those fucking boxes just for him. Oh, and then so I just gave the series props for it's like, hey, I'm glad that you're not weighing down the series with pointless, fucking relationship drama. We go right back to it. Yep. So Adebayo, and it goes right back to her girlfriend and her ex-wife Kia, and they have an angry conversation. She's, I want to go back to Gotham. I was like, are you fucking stupid?
It's dangerous over there.
Why would you want to go back to Gotham? It's so stupid.
How dare you save the entire fucking world from an alien invasion? How dare you?
Go follow your dreams. You're dragging me down, Alex.
Yeah. Yeah, it's forced because there's no fucking way.
Yeah.
Unless she doesn't believe she saved the world or don't think it matters or I don't know. It's dumb as fuck. And they brought it back here, so that kind of weighs it down a little bit as well. And this Rick Flag Senior, man, I don't know if it's Frank Grillo. I don't know if it's the script, but it just is not hitting. I get what they're trying to do, and I want them to do it, and I'm excited for them to do it, but it's not working right now. And I'm hoping that because he's initially taken his job, he doesn't want this new job. They show that the president this and that gave him the job. Now he's the head of Argus, but he's just going to use it for one singular purpose: to find the killer of his son and bring the killer of his son to justice. And we even get flashbacks to the film Suicide Squad, but maybe it's because it's early. He still has his shit together, and then as conflicts start to happen and maybe Peacemaker is starting to slip away, he's gonna cross the line and just unravel.
He already did because he's like he reads it. He's like, yeah, all right, I want 24-hour surveillance on Chris. I was like, all right, he's already losing.
Yeah, he's somewhat losing it. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, okay. So I think that's pretty much fully covered. What would you guys give as a verdict for this particular episode?
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go with a 4. I did
below average TV.
It is because the only thing
below
I do
average TV. Yeah, even though you're repeating something you like, it's below average because you expect more.
Yeah, it was already done for me better in the first episode because I did like that moment with Chris and Hardcore in in her apartment.
Yeah.
I felt like that one had more gravity than the one on the rooftop.
Right.
It's like,
and if
he's
he really
trying to be
wanted
there, take care of her. He's like, well, that meant
Yeah.
nothing to you. He's like, nope, I was drunk. That was, he goes over there, gets suppressed, starts having a fucking crazy orgy, goes with drugs.
This one feels forced.
That one was already
like they're
done
making
better,
her mean for
but then
no
they
reason.
do it again. It's like, I already know this. The best things was Eagly beating the shit out of stuff, Tim Meadows being funny.
Yeah.
And I do love the chemistry between the team. We get the whole team finally with John as well, Ginger, and
It almost feels
that was
like
it, though.
these were sections of the first episode that were cut because the first episode was too long, right?
Yeah.
And they added a few more, and the scenes that they added to fill it out made it redundant.
The entire time I was like, okay, show me something
I
new.
understand your
Show
rating.
me something new. And then finally we get something new. It's over. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we also got new stuff, and it's stuff that we all hate with the forced family drama
Yeah.
of characters that
Yeah,
shouldn't be in the episode
exactly.
anyway. I agree. Is that anything else? Yeah, I agree with the 4. I think the Peacemaker is often awesome.
Yeah.
And I think I really liked season 1. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to like season 2. It's just this episode could have been an email. The new things that we touch on here are so fucking short.
Yeah.
And yes, the Eagly stuff is cool, but then we were adding back in the out of bio and her ex-wife thing that's just not very good, and some of these other forced drama pieces that like is, her getting confronted in a drugstore.
Yeah.
And then like we're gonna do this thing like, and I hate it in everyone. It's like if she has been in every government agency and she's like, I can't find work. It's like, this is stupid. You get picked up by any police and like in a half a second. Let's not do this whole thing where she's thinking about working at a drugstore. It's bad in every other piece of media it's in. It's going to be bad here if we go there. So it's like,
Blacklist.
just go away. So it's like, I don't think this episode added anything, and it also added back in stuff that I don't like. And so I think that if we look at like Peacemaker, this is one of the worst episodes of Peacemaker we've ever seen, especially when you consider the context that we are getting a filler episode in episode 2.
I think it's a well done episode that that would be looked upon better if there wasn't an episode 1. If all this wasn't covered in episode 1. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at other reviews here, and it's receiving acclaim. 4.75 out of 5. TV Fanatic praising the dynamic between Peacemaker and Vigilante, as well as the tonal balance between comedy, sincerity, strength.
I didn't get that from this.
Yeah, I didn't get that from this either. And then there was a showcase of the killer. Praised the depiction of Eagly as a formidable combatant and a loyal pet to Chris, reminding that it showcases the character's willingness to fight with clarity and purpose, where Eagly had been previously used for comedic purposes throughout the previous season. I don't know. What are people are I don't know, really digging. That's the animal protecting its fucking house.
Yeah, I was like,
what do
that
you
was
mean
a good
clarity
scene,
and
but
purpose and true heroic?
That's a 10 out of
It's like,
10.
Bro, he's like, get the fuck out of my house.
Slow down
Is
there.
that clarity and purpose? Like, are people trying to write? I guess they're trying to get their taglines up on the fucking, screens when they do the critics stuff. Anyways, and I think that's where it's weakest. The fact that all of these plot beats are basically have already been done. And while I still like the characters, I still like what they're doing, repetition like this can hurt the momentum of a story and a project. And when we only have 8 hours of content, maybe less because each episode's only like 40 minutes, and you're wasting some of it, it feels like a missed opportunity. So I think by the time I saw it, I was like, man, I'm gonna have to rate this low. I wonder how Joe and Alex feel. I'm gonna be off on an island. I was gonna give it a 5 out of 10. These motherfuckers already came below average and say with that, because I'm like, it's average. It feels like it could fit in episode 1 if they made episode 1 like a mega episode, or it's like an hour 30-minute debut, and then they just cut some of the redundant scenes. And I almost feel like that's what it is. Right? He wants to tell a certain story. This story feels a lot smaller. It feels like it's just Chris and Harcourt and their relationship, and Chris trying to find a way to become a hero, a more outward hero. Even though we know he's good at his heart because he saved the world already once, now he wants to try to find a way to do it openly. And so it's going to be a much kind of smaller scale story, and then he was just kind of filling it out. So it feels like a filler episode, essentially.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, that's it.
You going to go with a 5?
Yep, 5 out of 10. And let's go into the episode breakdown. Hey guys, welcome to the episode breakdown. I don't know if y'all are downvoting us or you actually agree with this. I'm interested in your thoughts, what you think of the episode. But essentially, we start with Rick Flag in the office, and he's been promoted. He's essentially succeeding Amanda Waller. Amanda Waller's gone. I hope they're still planning to do Viola Davis. I think she's still signed and contracted. At one point, they were going to do an Amanda Waller series that got put on hold. It might still be happening, but
perfect casting.
For whatever it is perfect casting. For whatever reason, they're kind of holding her off. Maybe that's some of the major character cameos he means.
It's not considered a major cameo. No, absolutely. When you were in the first season, that's not a cameo. It's just a character coming back.
I'll find his exact quote here. One of y'all will take.
So the problem with this whole thing is we already did this in the first fucking episode. We had a character go, "Oh my god, did you? He's really mad because you found out that you killed his son," or however they present it. But like we did this already, so it's an idea they introduced in the beginning.
He's priority number one now.
It was fine in the beginning, and then we just stretch it out in episode 2, and it was not awesome. And so then we go to Economos, who's sitting in the truck. Tim Meadows shows up, immediately gives him nicknames, and is just like, "Hey, do you want me to hug you?" And just kind of starts like,
cool.
And like you don't know if like is he just this awkward or is he purposely fucking with them? And even Economos is like, I don't know which one you're doing. But Tim Meadows is great. I want to see him in more stuff. My like for him and his charm carries these scenes a lot for me because Tim Meadows.
Tim Meadows.
Because I don't think I don't think this material is
as strong as he's had.
Had before. So it's like
this is your first time with Tim Meadows, and you're wondering why we have reverence for him. You have to see other stuff.
Yeah, see other stuff. He's been like great in some other things. So they're doing the surveillance thing, and this is when Tim reveals that we're gonna let you Economos. He's like, you're gonna go to your little party tonight. And then that's it. But he secretly knows he's going to have an extraction team go in there, and they're going to go in Chris's house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I found some quotes. Jennifer Holland on why Superman hasn't appeared in Peacemaker Season 2. Like, I don't know why fans are like this sometimes. They're going to get the Cro-Magnon brain. And I get it. I mean, I'm a Superman fan. I forgot to wear the costume. I'm going to wear the costume again. Thank y'all for backing me up on that. I'm just going to wait for this series to, not have a filler episode. See, this is a filler costume. Get it? Yeah. But anyways, they get the Cro-Magnon brains like, where's Superman? Is Superman coming? It's like, you would expect that from me, but I don't expect that. In fact, I expect them to keep it completely out. Anyway, I guess they're getting bombarded with questions, and so Jennifer Holland, who plays the Harcourt, said, I think that the first thing you have to let go of when you're watching superhero films that have a wider connective tissue is, why didn't they just call this person? Well, why don't they just call that person? Yeah, you have to accept that, sometimes people are busy doing their own thing, and each individual group of superheroes or the factions that exist, like Argus, have their own missions that they have to attend to. And so that's why they're explaining that he hasn't showed him so far, even though he has shown him so far. It's like, calm down. I get people are excited about Superman. I'm happy for that, but they're getting a lot of questions. And then she provided real-world examples to explain her point by why Superman hasn't appeared. It's kind of the same way that the CIA doesn't always call the FBI. They have their own divisions and what they work on. It's just my opinion. We can't always pay for the people to do their cameos, and that's just the way it is. So you have to also consider that when these companies, mega movie studios, they have to put in these people's contracts, like now you're contracted to appear in this, and this is how much you'll get paid. But Frank Grillo is a little looser lips. He teases Superman cameo maybe in the final 3 episodes. On the other hand, Frank Grillo seemed to have a more optimistic perspective, acknowledging the conflict between Kal-El and his character. He noted, I do think there's certainly bad blood between Rick Flag and Superman, but I also agree they're not always available to show up when they're needed. But saying that, I don't think you've seen more than 5 episodes, right? So we can't really say anything. So I guess but to me, that's just marketing. He's like, okay, well, I got to get people to keep watching. But that was that. And then later on, that wasn't the quote I was looking for, because James Gunn actually has a direct quote about he's got some big things in the last 3 episodes. That's why he hasn't shared the titles, and that he went and going to direct them personally. But okay, so where was I?
And then now we have Harcourt in the drugstore.
Yes, hardcore in the drugstore. We have the friggin' lady who thinks she's getting abused, and all these bruises are actually because she was beating up on men. And of course, you know, when you're involved in a fight, she's gonna get some bruises too, and she gave bruises to them. And she's like, yeah. The lady thinks she's lying and trying to cover it. And she's like, and then she fucking goes off on this lady.
I'm not you. I'm not a mirror.
Like, God, man, Hardcore is so thorny. She's so difficult to like. But that's the point. I get it, that she's damaged. But if you say she's damaged, then she'll blow up on you and start beating your ass.
Don't point out my flaws.
Don't point out my flaw. We're not talking about my flaw. Never mind.
When she's leaving, she
needs
opens,
therapy.
She opens the door and then looks at the sign. Cashier wanted.
Right. It's
like,
backward.
No, I shouldn't go.
And she gets even more mad. They better not next episode have her working in the cashier. And that's when she's like, all right, fuck this. Let's go get Chris. And then she takes off her fucking drugstore outfit.
I mean, that sounds exactly like what we're doing. We foreshadowed to do that.
Like what James Gunn would do.
We get 3 full scenes of her being super prickly and mean to people. Do you think we get a 4th in the next episode with someone else?
No.
Please stop. Because the audience isn't smart enough to get it up the first time. Not smart enough to get it the second time. We had 3 full times already.
Right. I don't know. I don't want to say yes. So I'm going to say no. We're going to say yes. I'm going to say no.
We're both saying
One
yes.
more.
All right, we got the hardcore bitch counter.
Yeah, she's going to be working
Chris,
as a
Lady
cashier.
Chris.
She's going to be working as a cashier. She's going to be the rudest cashier.
Oh, that's good. That's good mining material, Joe. You need to get in the writing room. All right. So, yeah, then finally, basically, what's
we get
next?
Adrian comes in to help Chris to dispose of the body. He's like, what the hell?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't invite me to the party? He's like, I was depressed. I'm sorry.
He brings it hacksaws, and then he brings...
He's got all the equipment.
Yeah, but it's the wrong equipment. A sawzall is what you need.
Oh, okay.
It's what butchers use.
Thank you.
Trust the chef.
I guess I know who to call when I accidentally kill somebody.
So they start hacking him up and everything, and they start having fun or whatever. Well, Adrian does.
Adrian's having a great time, and Chris is freaking out because he's looked into his own dead eyes.
Adrian has more to do in this season.
Me too.
I get that he's a weirdo with awkward. I do like his joke. He's just trying to fit in, and I've had people like this around us that try to fit in, and he's like, yeah. Oh, where do you even come up with this stuff, Hardcore? And all she said was like, "Don't come up the fire escape." And he's like,
That was
what
funny,
the fuck
right?
are you talking
He's the best. He has so many owl facts, but he doesn't know shit about owls. It's so great.
And he's got his new booty dance, his butt dance. This is my butt dance. And it's funny, and I'm glad for that, but I'm wanting him to
do more,
do more and have some purpose. So
Yeah.
I guess maybe that'll probably kick in when they go into the universe to rescue Chris or something.
Yeah, so they start disposing of the body. Then they go back to that little fire trash can. They start throwing everything away. The cell phone pops out. But then they see the alien come in with another rat. He's like, get the fuck out of here.
They're using his incinerator.
He's a piece of shit
Who's
guy
being
who
a
I
jerk
always
now?
say hi. He never says anything.
That's why he's using his incinerator without permission. And the alien doesn't do anything.
Like,
The alien goes back inside. It's crazy to me, the sets they use here, man, because you see the alien open the door, and if you look behind the alien, there's a set there. It's probably green screen and probably digital, but I'm like, okay, man, you're spending the money. Even though it's on screen for 1 second, it's there. And some people have theorized that maybe this technology of this pocket universe is teasing Darkseid, because some people say, oh, well, this is based on the mother box. And there's this many dimensions, because doesn't he say that there's 99?
I'm afraid.
I think he says something like there's 99 dimensions, which would be a huge diversion from normal DC lore, which there's 52. There's supposed to be 52, and now there's 99. So I guess James Gunn is just, this is my DC. It's different. Or it's self-contained 99, different from the canon 52. I don't know.
Can we not do Darkseid for 5-6 years?
I agree.
Let's earn
Yeah,
Darkseid
I would
first.
like to see him,
Yeah.
but I'd be too scared for them
The
to do it
problem
now.
is they tried to get to him in the DCEU and failed to reach him. You had to get to the Zack Snyder cut to get to him. Because they fucking brought out
fucked him up.
They fucked up
Steppenwolf.
Doomsday, and then they brought out a CGI effect Steppenwolf, which looks fucking terrible. They did Steppenwolf 2.0, which still looks terrible. Yeah, I think we should save we should save Darkseid. But what was it? Was it heavy spoilers or I forget, but there's theorizing that maybe it's the Legend storyline, or bring in the gods and the new gods and Darkseid with because they did call Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters, but I think that refers to gods being superheroes, metahumans, and monsters being the villains that counter them, or maybe that's the second part we haven't seen yet. But Chapter 1, you don't want to be Darkseid right now. Anyways, what else?
Yeah, so he gets a phone, he goes back, and then starts looking through it, and he sees all these pictures of her and then the happy times together, so he starts getting sad. And then they start getting ready for the party.
The rooftop party, where there's only 60 beers.
Yeah, it's not much of a party, but it's kind of a housewarming thing where, Economos is coming back into town, but he's already been in town because he's monitoring, so he's like, shifty eyes every time they talk about that. And yeah, they basically have fun and they reunite and the
team's back together, all of them.
But they're all in kind of bad places, so they're kind of feigning,
we already
being
knew
super
this.
happy. And then they have a fight, Harcourt, after John is like, hey, I noticed that...
they had a little
bruise
moment,
on your
and
head.
I guess she realizes, like, no, this can't happen, I'm broken. And then they fight.
That's it.
I know I'm broken, but I can't have you known that I'm broken. You can't even hint that I'm broken. But again, like you said
I
before,
see what you want. You just want me to be a broken bird because I could be just like you. And she's like, she said something fucking. She's like, you're fucking broken.
yeah,
It's like, damn, what the hell?
it's just we're reiterating stuff that we just did before.
So then he goes to he goes home. He's drunk off of 7 Bud Lights, which is impossible for a man of his
They're
build.
0.02% alcohol.
But we'll allow it because they got a sponsorship from Bud Light.
He should have been Bud Ice or
Oh,
what was it?
God.
Yeah.
Bud Ice.
Devin likes Bud Ice, and he made me drink a bunch of them. I got used to them after a while, but we stopped buying them. All right, so he goes to the alternate reality and
finds out. He finds out that the dad. We hear his dad overhearing that he's missing. He's like, "Oh, our Chris is missing. We don't know where he is." And then his message he sent to.
It's like, well, maybe something happened because there's blood in the library.
Yeah. And then so she sends him a broken heart emoji, which is
his opportunity.
Yep, to patch things up.
So then the camera's over his shoulder, and we assume that he's like, "Hey, let's meet up." Okay, James Gunn teases major DC cameos in the final episodes of Peacemaker. We have some really big stars from the DC universe that are going to be near the end of the season. Big stars.
He's back.
The Rock.
yeah, he's
How
huge.
would you think?
He's huge.
Big stars. Some are speculating Blue Beetle, Lobo.
I wouldn't say he's big.
Booster Gold. There was rumors that who is I can never say his name.
Kumail Nanjiani?
Yes, could be Booster Gold. But I wouldn't say he's big. When you say big stars, that has to be a team. You can't just show up with the bunny.
Well, it's like Superman's a big star, but David Cornsweet's not a big star. Like,
oh yeah, you're referring. Well, is he referring to stars as?
Yeah, I don't know. Who are we talking about? Yeah, because like Booster
DC?
Gold, the average person doesn't know who the fuck that is. He's like,
gonna be
he's
Batman.
a minor comic book character.
It's got to be Batman.
Blue Beetle, Superman, Supergirl, Guy Gardner.
Even people who watch Blue Beetle don't know who Blue Beetle is.
Luthor.
It was not a very good movie.
It depends on the time.
Breaking out Argus, maybe.
Yeah, I mean Nicholas Hoult is a big star, bigger star.
So
Clayface.
Huge star,
Hey.
Clayface.
you're on that. Okay, he's trying to set up all the movies and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's still a
Lobo and
business.
Supergirl incoming. No, I think they're gonna save him. Though he does like Jason Momoa a lot, and they're excited to get the hype going.
I don't think it's going to be Momoa because he already did Momoa last season. So
But he did.
But maybe that's why,
it's
because
gonna
he
be
likes
Lobo.
working with the
But it's
same
gonna be
people.
Lobo.
they're going to joke about it. It's like, you look familiar. It's like,
Yes.
no, I don't.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, maybe. Okay, so I'm excited for the last 3 episodes, but this put a little bit of a
It
damper.
did,
But
but
we
I'm-
have,
put a little
we
bit
have
of a knock on
a couple episodes to get to.
But
the
I
last
still
3
have
episodes.
faith they're going to
Yeah.
recover from this one, obviously.
So the next one is
good.
another Rick up my sleeve. I don't know.
Rick being pissed off.
No idea. Okay, so first episode was James Gunn. Next episode, the one that we just did, is Greg Tolola. And it's Greg again in the next episode.
Yeah, I think it's the writing. I wouldn't put it on Greg. I think
The writing is James Gunn.
I think what he was given is like he was given a filler episode or editing, like you may guess, where they're like, "Hey, we made 7 episodes," and HBO's like, "Give me 8." They're like, "Fuck,
No problem.
and we have to edit like a bunch of shit weirdly.
Exactly. All right. Well, what do you guys think? And tell us in the comments down below. And as soon as something exciting happens in Peacemaker at that level, I will be putting that costume back on. Okay? But for filler episodes, we're going to stay off. Okay? So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.